Hey, what's up guys? So I want to share with you a really cool app that I just discovered today, and I've been driving around kind of playing with it for the past maybe hour or so. It's basically a blend between Escort Live and Waze. And basically what we've got going on here is an app called ThreatLink. And it basically simulates Escort Live, where you can take alerts from the cloud over here. You can see we've got different, red light camera alerts, we've got police spotted alerts, and it can display them over here on the detector via Bluetooth. This over here, we've got currently a Max 360. Basically the idea is it's going to use Waze alerts rather than Escort Live, which is pretty awesome considering you've got a lot more people using Waze than you do Escort Live. Additionally, because it's not an Escort app, it doesn't have some of the limitations that the Escort one does. It's a brand new app. It's basically version 1.0, so there are still some bugs and whatnot. I've had it crash a couple times, but nonetheless, it's really cool so far, and I want to kind of show you what it's capable of. First off, let's take a look at an alert on it. We'll go ahead and trigger a couple different alerts, and I'll show you what that looks like. Here's a KA band alert, and you'll notice the detector is going off. And what's really cool is over here, it's got arrows. It can actually tell us what direction the signal is coming from. Escort Live can't do that, and I have no idea why. Apparently the Max 360 does support arrows, and it's communicating that information over Bluetooth, but Live has not been updated to display directional information. So you can see over here we've got front arrow, or front signal strength, rear signal strength, and direction right there. We've got our frequency and everything. Let's go ahead and trigger a couple other things. We can do... Let's hit it with laser real quick. You can see here's our laser alert. It can display multiple signals at the same time. So you can see we've got laser and we've got KA displayed on there. Let's let that go away. Long ass latch. All right, so we'll go ahead and there's a K-band signal. You can see it's locked out, so it's grayed out and it's not displaying on signal or on screen. And we can also display at the same time a KA band signal. So you can see two bogies, two signals. It's giving us directional information for both of them, frequency information for both of them. So we're not limited to seeing just the one primary signal. We've now got information for a bunch of signals. As far as the cloud alerts, we've got our map over here. So you can see ahead of me and kind of off to the left, I've got this police spotted alert. There's actually two of them. You can see when they've been reported, where they're located, what direction they are, and that information then gets reported over here onto the detector itself. One thing that I noticed is that although it can import Waze alerts for police spotted alerts, it doesn't actually do as good of a job at reporting them. And the reason I say that is Waze will actually take into account what road you're on. So if there's an alert that's maybe on a different road altogether, it's not going to alert you, and so it's going to minimize the false alerts. This app doesn't do that. It only takes into account direction and distance. So if you have an alert that's kind of ahead of you, but maybe on a different road entirely, or maybe even a different part of town entirely, you'll still get alerted. I saw one alert where it was across the water, like in a different part of town on a different road. It's not a threat, but it was still alerting me, and there was no way to actually hide that alert and get it off screen. So you are actually going to get more alerts because it's not taking into account the road you're on, in addition to the distance from you and the direction from you. So you will get more false alerts than you will with Waze. Let's take a look at some of the settings and kind of dial in as far as some of the cool things that it has. So real-time alerts. It can display, you can see we can adjust the range of how far away it's going to alert. So front and back, how far it updates, how many updates it can do at the same time, or how many signals. Wow, a lot. Okay. And now, so you can tell we can do our police spotted alerts. We can get our accidents right there. It can also tell us, if there's any sort of hazards, if there's any traffic jams, all that kind of stuff, it can report. If you turn it on, you're going to get quite a lot of alerts. You can do it, and I found it was cool for testing, but then at that point, the map just fills up with tons of clutter, and you get tons and tons of alerts, and your detector's beeping all the time, and it's kind of too much. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you do have the capability, and you have the ability to actually turn off all those alerts if you want to as well. So we'll go ahead and turn them off real quick. Cool. So you have the ability, if you're annoyed by those, watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead. You can avoid getting those alerts here. Okay, cool. What else have we got? Oh, the P. So that's actually set up. What you can do for these different alerts, you'll notice, you can actually have them display here on the detector. We'll turn them back on real quick. So road hazards and traffic jams. When they are enabled, you'll notice it can actually show up. It'll probably take a minute. There it is. So red, there's our traffic jams right there on screen. And you'll notice P, we've got, let's see, what's the P? It's 3,100 feet. So traffic jams, we've got a number of different signals. It can display all of this. If we go again into our settings, Okay, take a look at this. So we have the ability to alert things and report things in different ways. The Max 360 doesn't actually have the ability to alert you to, traffic jams and accidents and all that kind of stuff. So you can basically set up here in the app how you want it to be configured. So do you want accidents to be displayed as a live mobile cam? You can do that. You can see I've got it set up so that, hazards on the side of the road are reported as a live X-band alert. Traffic jams are reported as an Escort Live pop alert. And so if I see pop displayed on the detector, I know that that is a traffic jam. So you can see we've got a couple different ways of using the different Escort Live reporting capabilities that maybe you won't necessarily use. Like there's a pop alert, so that's a traffic jam. Oops. And I can make things show up as a text message if I want for the different alerts. That's kind of cool, instead of the icons. Nifty. Okay, another thing that I really like is you have the ability to actually go in and customize your detector. You can do like all the different settings options that you've got in Escort Live, and they're available here in the app as well. So you can see we can adjust our metering options for the Max 360. We've got our aero mode adjustments, what type of aero mode we want to be running. Very cool. Let's see, pretty much all the different settings that you could do in Escort Live are available here in the app as well. You can see we have the ability to turn our individual bands on and off. X-band, we can turn TSR on and off, all of our Escort Live speed markers. So all the stuff that's in Live is also available here. It's just pretty much using Waze to interface instead. It doesn't look like when I get an alert, I have the ability to automatically or manually report it to the cloud. It's only going to be receiving other people's alerts. I can't use my detector's alerts and post them to the cloud. It doesn't seem like from my own testing that the alerts that I make get reported to the cloud. So as you guys know, like I just shot it with laser and X-band K-band and KA, and you'll see that it's not actually displaying here on the cloud. So my alerts are not going up there, but I can get other people's alerts. So that's one of the differences. I also don't have the ability here to lock out a false alert from the app, but I can still do it, of course, from the detector. So there are some differences here and there, but this is pretty awesome. One thing that I really like is you can go into the sandbox and, oh, there we go. Now it's updating. You can see all the different speed cameras and traffic jams and all that kind of stuff. You can go in here and basically type in any message that you want and have it display on the front of the detector. And you can do that, and then you can just basically have, whatever message you want displayed on there, which is a lot of fun. It's basically taking the Escort Live protocol and just rather than saying, police spotted, it just says zombies or whatever it is that you want. So that's kind of fun. Not necessarily all that useful, but cool nonetheless. Let's see, so dashboard, oh, okay, cool. So here you go. You can see we've got a bunch of different alerts now. Driving around, if you have all this stuff turned on, you're going to be getting constant beeps and alerts, which honestly does get a little bit annoying, and it's a little bit too much, and it's for that reason that, yeah, you can do the traffic jam stuff and whatnot, but I would recommend just turning it off, because otherwise it's kind of crazy. So we'll do that. So anyways, very cool looking app. I like that we now have an alternative to Escort Live. It's $1.99 on the App Store in the Google Play Store. So it's not a free app, but it is a very cool alternative. I don't know how long this app will be left available. I know Escort's not necessarily too happy when people mess around with their Bluetooth protocols. I know there was one guy who was doing a similar sort of thing before and trying to make a replacement for Escort Live, and they kind of shut him down. But this doesn't actually access the Escort Live database. You can't log into Waze or to Escort Live with your account. It's totally anonymous and it's kind of receive only. It's not posting anything. So it's not accessing the Escort Live database, but it is wirelessly communicating with your radar detector. I don't think that's necessarily forbidden, but I don't know if Escort is totally thrilled about maybe people reverse engineering their Bluetooth communications protocol. It is also receiving information from Waze. I'm guessing that's against their terms of service, especially the fact that they're charging for this app, so it may get taken down in the future, so I don't know if it's something that's going to be available forever, but it is a pretty awesome app. So, yeah, I'm definitely liking it so far. It's a fun alternative. I'll be playing with it some more, of course. But anyways, just a quick video to kind of give you guys a heads up. A big thank you to John V on the forums for posting this. And yeah, I'll put a link in the video description to where you can go and download this app. Again, it's called ThreatLink, and it's available for Android. It doesn't look like it's available on iOS. Maybe it will be someday. I have no idea. But anyways, it's currently available here for Android. So go take a look, download it, and buy it if you want, and enjoy it while it lasts. Cool. All right. Thanks for watching.